I'm Geoff Buys Cars. We're in the midst of a heat wave. I've lost my hat, but I have just bought the perfect car for summer, and I'll tell you why. Just been delivered to me by Alan, lovely chap. Local car, came from a couple of miles from my house. He dropped it off this morning and then I gave him a little run home. So I've just dropped Alan back. We had a good chat in the car. He's owned this car a little while and it is proper Geoff fodder. This is. It's a 119,000 miles. It's got some service history. It's got a misaligned headlight, which I need to sort out. And there's a small list of things that I'm going to do with this car, actually, just to make some small improvements, which is going to be a little video series. It is, like all Geoff cars recently, it's another insurance write-off, but I paid £1,000 for it. And if you're fussy about insurance write-offs, then, you know, £1,000 for a 1.9 litre manual gearbox German roadster. Who wouldn't pay that? It's lovely. It's in, what's the colour code? Is it topaz blue? Let's have a look. BMW topaz blue with tan leather interior. I am basically Pierce Brosnan from GoldenEye.
What is it with you and moving vehicles?
Except I'm not, because that car was a different colour. It's needs some centre caps, which I can do. It could do with a refurb on the wheels, which I think I will do. And I think I've got an idea for them to make it sort of California look. Not that I'm obsessed with California or anything like that. Interestingly, it doesn't have the rollover hoops that the last car I had did. And I think it looks better for it. I think these Z3s are just great looking cars. Look at that. It's fantastic with the long bonnet and the short stubby rear end. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It looks like a beach buggy. 578 on the number plate. Maybe we should do a giveaway with 578 entries. That'd be a nice one, wouldn't it? But great looking car. As I say, there's a few things that I am going to improve on it. Manual roof as well, which is brilliant because you don't have any of that electronic rubbish. It's just a purely manual roof. Frustratingly though, the seats are, or the seat on the driver's side is electric, and it does have that classic BMW Z3 problem. I'm going to need to go buy some kebabs. No, fix some kebabs. But sadly, not the chicken tikka variety. It's got the rocky back and forward seat thing. Right, what's causing that is there's basically a long screw that goes through the seat like that, and it mounts on a little block, and on each side of that little block that connects to the screw, which winds the seat forwards and backwards, there's a rubber bushing or a plastic bushing, and they perish. And basically what's happening there is the seat is moving backwards and forwards within its metal sort of carrier. So what you need to do is you need to take the seats out, you need to pull each of the corkscrews out of each side of the seat and replace the bushings on there. I've done it before. It's an absolutely horrible job. I hated it. Many years ago I wrote quite a funny blog entitled how to replace the bushings on your BMW Z3 seats, in brackets, how to ruin an evening in some simple steps. So I'm not looking forward to doing that, but I am going to do it because it needs doing, because the seats rock backwards and forwards. That would absolutely be an MOT fail because the seats are effectively not secure. So that's that. Should we have a little look at the engine? Let's have a little look at the engine whilst we've got some phone battery. It's a double pull. 1, 2. That should do it, he says. Beautiful day today. Perfect day for a little Z3 roadster. There we go. Bonnet up. 1.9 litre. The best engine to have in a Z3, and I will not hear otherwise. The 2.8s are fantastic. I've had them before, but the 1.9 litre, you can rag the arse out of it all day long without getting yourself in too much trouble. And this was the engine that went in the BMW E36 318 IS, which was a cool car in its own right. The other thing that this Z3 has got, which the seller didn't really like, but I actually secretly quite like, don't tell anyone, is it does have quite a noisy little exhaust on it. Shall I show you my noisy exhaust? Right, let me see if I can balance the phone and I'll start the car up and show you. This might work actually.
2 hours later.
cheeky little thing, really. Possibly got a little lumpy idle, but that's nothing to worry about. I think the car just needs driving, which I intend to do. So, there we have it. My BMW Z3, which is the next Geoff Buys Cars project. Even says Roadster on the door, look. Excellent. 119,000 miles. Yeah. This is a bit of fun, isn't it? I absolutely love it. Right, we have a Pioneer head unit, which is actually quite good. It's got USB in, which is good because the BMW stereos are always naff. Got a glove box. It's got some history with it as well. Comes with some spare paint. What else we got? We've got a little container here that pops out. That's always handy. Nowhere to put your coffee if you do buy a coffee. That always used to frustrate me. I did drive a silver 1.9 Z3. Right, my phone died in the midst of filming that video, and I've got no hat, so I am going to get a burnt head. But I don't mind that, because I don't believe in suntan lotion. Right, Z3 1.9 with a cheeky exhaust pipe on it. What's not to love? Oh yeah, this is a bit of fun for summer, isn't it? It actually sounds like a half decent quality exhaust as well. That's what these Z3s needed. They just need a little bit of character. So, it's a little bit rusty. It's a category, don't know, it's a category something. Right, let's see what it's got. The thing is, it hasn't got that much, because it's only a 1.9 with about 140 horsepower. But why would you need any more than that? That's perfectly adequate. Oh, I love it. There you go. I'm already doing the speed limit for the road, and I'm having loads of fun. In a 2.8, I probably could have carried on to about 150 miles an hour. But what's the point in that? I might put some steel wheels on it with some real skinny tyres. Perfect timing, because this weekend is meant to be like the hottest weekend since weekends began. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant bit of kit. I love the BMW Z3. They're such great cars. They've got more character than the SLK. They've even got more character than an MX-5. Even though I have previously said that the MX-5 is the better car. The MX-5 is the better car, but I still have the Z3 every time over an MX-5. Slow down for the Honda Jazz. Right, so when I brake, I apologise for the baldness of my head. There's very little I can do about that. Steph from iDriver Classic says you should never film in sunglasses, but then you can see how tired I actually am from staying up too late all week. I don't think I brushed my teeth either, actually. Shocking. Geoff tells all. Right. The kebab thing on the seats is frustrating because it means when you brake, the driver's seat moves forward. It only moves forward about a centimetre, maybe even less than a centimetre, but it's enough to be off-putting. And when I did that job before many years ago, I ordered the parts. There's no armrest. I'd like an armrest. I ordered the parts and then I did the job in an evening. You know, it's one of those things where you think it'll probably only take me an hour. So you give yourself 45 minutes to do it, and you know, you make some plans and you're like, right, yeah, I'll come out later. I'm just going to do this on my car first. And that was probably 7 o'clock at night. By midnight, I was still going. And it's a very, very fiddly job. But once you've done it, like now that I've done it before, I'm confident that I could do it in not much time at all. But first time around, it was just so frustrating. Because you've got these two long corkscrews that go down the inside of the seats. And what I didn't realise is you need to pay close attention to where everything is when you take it all apart. So when you remove these kebabs that have got this metal carrier mounted on them, that's where the alignment is for the seat. What I did was I finally managed to rip them out, took everything apart, put the bushings in, and then I was like, right, how does this all go back together? And then I Googled it, and there was a point on a how-to blog that simply said, now put everything back together in the exact position that it was in before you took it apart. And I was like,
what do you mean the exact position? And you go back up to step 2 or step 3 and it says, make sure you mark everything before you take it apart. That's what cost me 4 hours of my life. I also managed to drop the seat down the side of the car because I didn't remove the seat belt. So I did end up with fixed seats and a very scratched car. That's not going to happen this time though. It's going to go perfectly well. Right, I think that'll do. You've been staring at my bald head for long enough. I'm going to enjoy this car, and you go enjoy your weekend. Thanks for watching.
Geoff buys cars. Still, YouTube's most boring car channel.